always turn off my beer account.
Here we go. Timer is up. And here we are. Oh, here we are. Hello, everybody. I am Spence, and welcome to the first official game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians Neon Revolution. I am your humble Gaymixtrix. Yes, that is how the game says I can be titled, and I will take it because it makes me happy. And I have an amazing group of players. But before I get to introducing these fabulous humans around me, I do have to do a little bit of housekeeping. So first of all, we have some sponsors that I do want to make sure that I am highlighting. First of which is Grinding Coffee. Grinding Coffee is a Black LGBT plus owned coffee business that will keep you awake and happy with the best roast directly shipped to your door. Use our affiliate link by using the command !coffee for our link, and use penny for a tail as a discount code. Second sponsor for today is Dice Dungeons. They are a Baltimore-based company that has a passion for making beautiful and high-quality gaming accessories for every table. Please check them out using command DICE, that's !dice, if you are looking to add something special to your RPG accessory hoard. And finally is a company that I am very familiar with because I am one of the members of it. It is Fibermancers for Hire. This season, Fibermancers for Hire is gifting adorable mini weavers. They're tiny little octopi that will be given away at the end of the season for every game on the channel. And we Fibermancers would love to make a unique and magical piece for you. So visit us at fibermancers4hire.com and let us know.
The speed at which and crochets is amazing.
I do crochet very, very quickly. It is, and my partner in crime, Val, is our head knitter, and I do not understand how more than one hook works. But anyway, let's get to the rest of our announcements real quick. As a reminder, there are multiple ways for you all to interact with our story. First of all, shortly our Twitter link will be updated with the going live tweet. If you do command tweet and retweet us, I will be giving a boon to our cast members at 20 retweets. At 30 retweets, I'm going to impose a complication. At 40, it will be another boon, and for every 5 subscriptions, you will help unlock a story event, or you can offer to help all of our players. Second, if you do command donate TSL, all of our donations are split again amongst the cast, and we want to make sure that you have some incentive to do those donations. So our incentives are a lucky break. You can grant a player a +1 bonus. A $15 donation gives you a second chance, so you can allow a player to re-roll a roll that maybe didn't hit the mark. At $25 donation gives you a smitten opportunity. Each character can choose to gain a thread on a person in this scene. $50 is Fortune's Favor. All players can receive a re-roll for this session. $100 is a heavy love note. The party receives a special gift from someone who, which will significantly aid them. And finally, a $200 donation. One of the Grand Dames of Neon City will appear. So keep that in mind, everybody. That is how you can interact with us. And as always, we do love the Peanut Gallery giving us inspiration for whatever the scene calls for. Now then, I have said all of my piece. We'll go over the schedule for the rest of the week at the end of the session. But now, let me introduce to you my wonderful cast. So, cast, I would like you to tell people who you are and your pronouns, and and as much about your character and their pronouns as you are willing to tell us at this time. And we will start with Archival Despot.
Oh, hey, that's me. Yeah, I'm Anna, aka Archival Despot in most places on the internet. Pronouns are she, her. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster, and associate producer for Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast. And I am playing Oriana. Pronouns also she, her. The heir to a notorious crime family, the Ocampo family, one of 3 crime families in the city that we're exploring here.
Awesome. And next we have Philippa Jane. Pip. Hi.
I am a writer originally from New Zealand. I write steampunk and fantasy and now dipping into horror. My pronouns are she, her. And today I am playing Big M, who is a were-ish looking leopard who has big mom energy but also a conflicted, terrible backstory of being abandoned for who she is.
Heartbreaking. Someone who's also familiar with that as a character. Maeve.
Hi everybody, my name's Maeve, she, her. I am playing, I work for a nonprofit when I'm not doing streaming stuff that I'm new to, sorry. But I've been playing TTRPGs for a really, really long time, since I was 9. And I am playing Magwyn, and she is a bit of a mystery. She's going through a big life change right now and has only recently taken on the persona of Magwyn. So she's still sort of sorting out who that is.
Fantastic. And last but certainly not least, Void. Hi, friend.
Hi, everyone. I'm Void. You can find me anywhere at VoidCat Gaming. Right now, you can find me here on Sundays, and then every other Friday, starting this coming Friday, I'll be over on Lawful Good Media playing a demigod. So you can catch me those 2 places right now, or on Twitter. I'm gonna start streaming again soon, but I don't know details of that yet. Sorry.
Nice.
I'm playing Dayton. My personal pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Dayton, who uses primarily she, her in public, but privately kind of prefers swapping off between she and they. Dayton is the face of Megacore. Dayton does all of the announcements for them. If you ever go to a Megacore official gala, you'll see Dayton floating around, making nice with everybody. Dayton really truly believes that Megacore is doing what they can to help people. Is Dayton right? I don't know about that. My friends call me Day.
Yeah.
I may or may not have a twin, but I haven't seen them since I was 16, so.
There you go. And we do want to mention that we are down 1 player today. Necromancy unfortunately couldn't be with us today, but we wish them a speedy recovery with what they're dealing with and can't wait to see them next week. Z is playing Jeanviève, who is a very, very near and dear to Dayton as Dayton's bodyguard / constant companion. And we are very, very sad that they can't be here, but can't wait to have them with us next week. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Let me tell you a little bit about Neon City. Neon City is a megalopolis with buildings that stretch hundreds of stories up. They're called the Mile High City. Megacore openly controls the politics, authority, and all forms of power. Each executive owns a sector that has been gifted technology professionals and assets to bleed their territory dry. Now, Megacore sees people as commodities. They are very happy to develop new things to make the world better, and their advertisements clearly state as much. On the edges of the city, diverse communities live on what they can scavenge and build together. These communities are thousands of people strong, each with their own factions, cultures, and laws. Are the most well-known of those being the three syndicate families: the Ocampos, the Sinclairs, and the Marquis. Blade cycles can be found all throughout the city, leaving their chemtrails in the wake of pedestrians, blinding them for an instant, and then they are gone in nothing but sound. Salvaging and repurposing technology is the heart of Old Town, which is where we will begin our story. This involves transferring souls into mechanical bodies or into aspects of a mechanical body, helping AI realize their pop idol dreams, or stealing Megacore augmentations to rebuild themselves. It could mean creating the perfect date in a virtual reality, or charming a cute private detective. Who knows? But now we are going to head into the part of Old Town that thrums. It is a hive of activity, but only for those who know. Club Nebula beats like a heartbeat out on the street. The neon lights don't touch the outside of the building, but above you can see a great canopy, and you can hear that there are people outside enjoying some time under one of the few points of the city where you can see the stars. The bouncer outside normally would be Big M, but Big M has the night off. So Ferris, who wears a popular digimask over their face and is a very slender, petite person. Their mask says it all. When they are letting people in, they either have a green smile or a red frown with X's over their eyes, and the person gets turned away. So who is arriving first tonight for your bi-weekly get-together of friends?
I'll arrive first. I probably don't.
Are you going to arrive with Magwyn or by yourself?
I'm gonna arrive first by myself and just make sure that we get a really good spot.
And what is Big M wearing tonight?
Big M is kind of dressed up. She's wearing her fancy tank top, you know, that's got a little bit of tiny bit of glitter on it, and leather pants and big boots.
Great.
Good for stomping and dancing.
So you go in, and in the bar you see that the dance floor is a little more sparse than usual, but it's a Tuesday. You kind of figure most people aren't out and about. What else? Mina is working the bar as usual. You're pretty sure she lives back there. And serving drinks to the regular barflies. You can tell that Papa Eclipse, the owner of the bar, is up in the Helix VIP area, which is a set of crisscrossing catwalks over the club that has little nodules where people can sit and have their conversations, their private parties. The walls themselves are flickering starlight, various nebulas floating across the ceiling and all the walls, pulsing in time with the with whatever the DJ is playing. Where are you gonna go sit down and wait for your friends?
well, you know, I think we want to talk, so maybe we should go up and I'm going to go up and see if there's any room up on the, not near Papa Eclipse, but you know, is there any space up there?
Oh yeah,
Nice to
totally.
visit.
There's a couple of
Tuesday.
different. Yeah, there's a couple of different sections that you can see, including the one that you all typically go to. So there's some dogs barking outside. Clearly there's a fight going on outside, but you know Ferris. Ferris is taking care of it.
Yeah.
Is very well trained as a martial artist and has probably evicted those individuals before they could even get in. Who's next on the scene? Who's next to come and visit?
I'll slip in.
Ready?
Mask on.
Magwyn, what are you wearing tonight?
So I'm carrying my spear sword around with me, much like a cane, and I am wearing my normal long black dress, bit of a leather jacket, and cowl that I wear that surrounds the face of the mask. I will make my way up to the Helix, knowing that that is probably where Big M is getting us a spot, and but I will hang back and see who it is all that shows up for the night. If I think Big M looks in my direction, I'll signal her. But
great. Anything else? Do you all greet each other officially, or?
Well, I'm keeping my nose peeled for them. But I got my
well, then
great.
you definitely smell me.
Well, if I see you, I'm like, come on, what are you doing over there? Come on. Have a drink.
I will make my way over there, but only because it's Big M.
Okay, who's next?
I think Dayton's gonna come in
If
last.
you all
if
don't,
that's okay
if
with
the two of you
Oriana.
don't choose, you're gonna do it today.
No, I want Day to come in last if that's okay with Oriana.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. Yeah, so
Oriana, what are you
next
wearing?
up is Oriana is wearing was wearing a suit earlier in the day, has lost the jacket at some point. The shirt's half unbuttoned, kind of tie just hanging around her neck, her dark hair in a deep side part. And around her are her bodyguards, 3 women in kind of matching, very well tailored burgundy suits. And as she approaches, I don't even think she really looks at the bouncer because she's not expecting a question. Just kind of walks for the door.
Ferris knows that you are friends with Big M, and so just kind of steps to the side and makes sure nobody follows you in that's not supposed to. And Day.
Day comes in last and like a bit of a mess. Day is always kind of like high energy, but like she seems like maybe a little manic today. And that makes sense because she's not with her bodyguard that she always comes in with. Looks around wildly. I feel like Big M, you're probably the easiest person to spot out of the 3. I feel like it. So Dayton like spots Big M, kind of like scurries over. She's like, "Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I kind of slightly got lost on my way here. I didn't remember the way as much as I thought I did." But I'm fine now. I'm here. Hi. How's the day going, everybody? You doing good? I'm doing good.
It's mostly
Okay.
good. Better now.
And so you all
Well,
are
let's do
are
good then.
seated. One of the servers comes over and asks, "So, what's everybody ordering?"
I'll take a fuzzy blueberry.
Oh,
Okay. So we have a few new drinks, but I can list off the drinks to you. There's obviously the NGC 40, which is basically an old fashioned. I heard they used to have those on Earth. The fuzzy blueberry, that's Mina's special. Hollywood cocktail, it's kind of a sweet and cinnamony thing. We've got a green lemonade, which is lemonade with Midori. We've got a lime Ricky shot. We've got a Nick Sparkle, which is a raspberry wine cocktail. That one was requested by somebody, and it turned out to be really good, so we named it after them. We've got the Martinez, which basically is similar to an NGC 40, but has more cherries and grenadine. We've got the Cinderfell, which is smoky and sweet. We've got the Midnight Garden, and I don't think any of you are ready for Papa's nightcap, so we'll save that for later on. So what are you having?
I'm gonna have 2 Midnight Gardens, one for each hand.
You got it. Anybody else?
Wait, what did you say the sparkle one was called?
Oh, it's called Nick Sparkle. There was
that's
this,
so interesting.
yeah, like she came in, she kind of spelled out what she was thinking. Mina mixed it up, and it's actually turned out to be pretty popular with the gaming crowd.
Cool, yeah, actually that sounds really good. I'll try that. Yeah, that's the one I'll try.
Okay, all right, cool. So, so 1 Nick's Sparkle, 2 Midnight Gardens, for you, Miss Ocampo.
I'll do a Cinderfell, and I'm getting their drinks as well. And I motion towards the next table over, where my bodyguards are.
Gotcha. I'll get to them in a minute. And for you, Mag?
Oh, I'll take a fuzzy blueberry still.
You've got it. Alrighty, I'll be right back. And this, and by the way, I don't know if all of you know me, but I'm Forrest. It's nice to meet you. And I know you're awesome. So yeah, I'll get those out to you in just a little while. And goes to go get your drinks. So,
Hey, thanks.
what do you all do?
So what's on the menu tonight, girls?
People watching. I like watching
Oh.
people. Sniffing people. You know, the usual.
What area are you
Yeah.
watching?
Any
I'm
plan?
looking at the dance floor.
Good to know. Please continue. I'm sorry.
Seeing if there's any interesting
To be
smelling
honest,
people down
I'm kind of like, I'm just here for a distraction mostly. You know, like no plans. Just here to be with you.
Oriana, any pressing engagements?
Not tonight, thankfully. Just gonna see where the night goes. Probably drink a lot.
there. I'm on board with that.
Okay.
And we should have our drink.
Yeah.
And get the party
Let's like dance and stuff.
So, looking out over the dance floor, Big M, you see that there is a party that seems to be full of Blade Cycle folks. They have the tradition. They have the leather jackets or on either on their shoulders or on their chairs. They smell like contrails and ion and like thunder. There is at the bar, you notice that Mina is kind of looking around, trying to find somebody, and you're not sure who. And close by, you can hear Papa Eclipse starting to tell a story. A few of the house dancers are with him, clearly taking a break from their routines in their respective dancing cages, because there are dancing cages if the music is right.
Mhm.
So are we still going dancing?
I think we need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
You
so
look
you
up,
hit
Dayton
him.
has already joined the crowd.
Actually, hold on. They's already down there.
Mhm.
What?
So you
I
head
don't
down
think they can
and
leave them by themselves. Go down there.
on the dance floor, bodies are moving, it's sweaty, it's glittery, and you notice that there's something interesting taking place on the walls. Sometimes when Papa Eclipse gets to telling stories, he affects the holograms around the walls. And so in the stars are these wispy, ethereal faces that are torn between passion and despair and lust and great desire. And he's telling this to a rapturous audience, but like all the story seems to be playing out on the walls around him. The music slows down a little and people go from their frantic swaying to moving, maybe trying to find a partner to either do the bear dance with or something a little closer. Probably mostly
The
a
bear
little
dance.
closer. The
That's
bear
like
dance,
Tuesday.
you know, this one.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't know each other, they might do like AIs do that
Relatable.
dance because they don't understand yet. Let me see here. Big M, you're still keeping an eye out and people watching, correct?
Yeah.
Can you please give me a what is the roll I want you to make? Give me a wit roll, please.
2d6?
Yes, 2d6 plus your
8.
wit.
Oh.
Oh, that's what I
8.
forgot.
Yeah. So you're looking around and notice something interesting. A few people away from where Dayton is dancing, there's someone who looks very similar. But instead of having the very discreet, baggy clothes that Dayton usually wears when they're out with you all, this person is clad in leather, has lots of cutouts. You can see a lot of skin, a lot of tattoos, and a lot of cybernetics embedded into the skin. Their eyes gleam green, but it seems to change whenever they blink. And they seem to be dancing in a very similar style to Dayton.
Okay. Hey, do you see that? Am I seeing things, or does that person look like they? I'll point them out.
I'll check them out, look in the direction that Big M is pointing in.
Yeah,
Okay.
do I recognize
Give
them?
me. You actually, let me verify, but I believe you would. Did I put that information? There we go. Yes, you do recognize them as one of the Sinclairs. There
Do they
seems to be
smell the
some
same?
kind of. They have a very similar familial scent, but it's distant. It's very distant. But visually, it's uncanny how much the facial structure and the expressions and the movement are similar to your friend Days.
And how far apart are they? Like,
There's like 3 or 4. There's 4 people between them, and their backs are to each other.
I will start to make my way over towards this person and see if I can start dancing with them.
Okay, I'll go.
Being as graceful as I can.
Okay. Make a grace roll, please.
4, so 6 plus my grace, which I believe 3. Where am I? Why couldn't I see it? I can't get my sheet to come up.
Okay.
I'm having a technical difficulty.
That's okay. Roll 2d6, and I
I
believe your what did you get?
I got a 6.
You got a 6, and then you were the trickster.
Yes.
You get a +1.
And I took the grace. Gotcha.
Yeah, you get a +1 for your grace. So you get a 7. So you can definitely get up to them. They look you up and down and start moving with you, in tandem with you. They reach out their hand to you.
Nice. I'll let them touch me. And then I will start to back my way towards Day.
Oh!
Trying to slowly lead them towards.
Yeah, there was something I was going to do as well.
Let's go down there.
You troublemakers.
You start
Professionally,
backing.
actually.
And so you start backing them up towards Day. They lift an eyebrow at you and say, I'm here for an event, but I'm free afterwards.
Perfect. I was looking for something to do.
I hope it's more than something.
Could be someone.
Oh.
You should meet my friends first, though.
My name is Nyx, and yours?
Magwyn. It's nice to meet you, Nyx.
Very
Are
nice
you
to meet you.
famous
You move
Nyx
so
Spartan?
well. Yes, Mina made that drink for me a little while ago, and it's turned out to be a pretty big hit.
I know someone who loves that drink.
Oh, really? I've met a few,
Your friend
but
Day.
Day.
Day, yeah.
Day?
She's great. Oh yeah, they are one of the coolest people.
Interesting.
Did I hear my name?
You did.
And
Hi, Day.
you turn
This is my
around
friend
Day,
Nyx.
and
Oh my god, Nyx! Day is gonna totally ruin this moment for you if you really were flirting by literally just jumping on Nyx's back. Which I don't think Nyx is probably pleased by.
No, not at all.
Oh, no.
Nyx is the adult of the two.
Go ahead and make a daring roll for me.
You said a 2d6 plus the thing, right?
Yes, 2d6 plus daring.
9.
A 9? Okay, so you, I will say that you gain an opportunity to not let Nyx go, even though Nyx is going to try to flip you off their back.
Yes, I'm gonna grip like a monkey with all of my limbs. Nyx, I haven't seen you in so long. How are you? Oh my god.
Oh
Did
my
you make that
god,
drink?
we are not 5 anymore! What are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You two know each other?
You could say
You did
that.
this
Can
on
I
purpose.
breathe, please?
I get it. Okay. I'm gonna slide off, but like just keep my arms around Nyx's waist, like just sway in from behind.
Dude, what are you doing? Why are you here?
This is where I hang out, and this is my friend Magwyn.
Yes.
Big M. Big M. Big M is mom. And Oriana's someone here.
I'm just a few steps behind you.
Ah!
And I think with
And the moment that Nyx sees Oriana, their eyes kind of Ocampo.
I think in that same moment, one of my bodyguards just appears kind of out of the crowd just behind me.
You hear from up top, Papa Eclipse with his booming voice in a lovely Creole say, "Hey, remember my rules? None of that." And then he goes back to telling his story. Club Nebula is famously a neutral ground, and Papa Eclipse very stringently makes sure that it stays neutral ground. As chaotic and mischievous as he is, no blood on his dance floor. Absolutely not. So, Dayton doesn't really observe you with animosity, but more, or not Dayton. Nyx doesn't look at you with animosity, but more like caution, severe caution.
I think it's the same, yeah, from this side too.
Yeah, you two have tangled before. You've probably had a duel or two. You know that Nyx is very good with a whip blade and with a bow staff, but has no weapons on her that you can see. So, this is an interesting reunion. I'm kind of in the middle of something, and you see that the cycle blade group is kind of moving off to the arcade portion of the club. We can talk, but we've got a dead man's dinner tonight. Oriana, you know the dead man's dinner is that somebody is going up against the Megacore's champion. And so they are, that is what that means. There is going to be a duel tomorrow, and the person who is being dueled is being celebrated this evening.
Well, my condolences.
You know, maybe he'll make it out, maybe he won't. But we'll see. Right now, we're just gonna celebrate life the way we do. If you decide to join us, just maybe let your bodyguards have a little more space. Might make some of the people I hang with a little uncomfortable.
I'll give it some thought. That it'd be quite the sight.
Well, I'm not with the family tonight.
Neither am I.
I've got a game to go and cheer for, so... She looks poignantly at Magwyn. Maybe I'll catch you later. And strides off, sashaying a little bit. Or not sashaying, swaying a little bit. Just kind of like enticing. A little bit cat-like. If she had a tail, Big M would notice that it was, flicking.
I have a tail.
No tail exists, but an imaginary one does.
Hey, Mag. Hey, Mag. Nyx is really ticklish, like right here and right behind her knee. Just telling you that for no reason.
Oh, good. Excellent. I appreciate that.
Oriana is also
You have good
making
taste.
a note of that just in case.
Big M, Mina
What can I
calls to you
say?
from the bar.
Oh, okay.
Mina calls to Big M from the bar.
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys decide what we're doing. I'm gonna just check in with Mina.
Mina is about 5'9", very dark-skinned woman, salt and pepper, tight curls, and very short hair. No nonsense, delicious, deep voice, almost as good as her drinks. And she says, Big M, I hate to ask, but I kind of need a favor.
Sure, you know, I got you.
And Mina grabs a package from behind the bar. It's a little brown package. This needs to be delivered to Oscar Renee. He's a building manager in mid-level. The address is on the box. It's
When does it need to get there?
sooner rather than later, but nobody's life is on the line yet. So
You don't need me. You don't want me to leave my friends here and just like.
no. You
Okay.
if you want to do it tomorrow, you're fine. Just
Okay. Is it? How big is it? Is it like? Can I hide it? In
it's about you can it's about this size.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's in brown wrapping. It's very, very innocuous looking.
Okay.
So-
So as I take it and I turn away and I take a deep sniff. See if I can.
So
See
what
if
you
what's inside.
smell on it? What you smell on it is a very refined perfume. It's spent a lot more time in the upper area where there's cleaner air. There's not as much soot and street level smells on it as you would expect.
Okay. I trust Mina though, right? We're
Oh yeah,
buds.
Mina is good people in your book. Always looking out for anybody at the bar who may be in danger. Always trying to make sure everybody is having a good time, and if they don't seem like they're having a good time, she calls over dancers or other people to help them have a good time.
Okay, I'll take the package then.
Yeah.
Dancers or other people.
Well, so there's dancers, there's professional party entertainment. There may be another lonely person at the other end of the bar who might have they might have a connection, either a love connection or something, or she may call over Papa Eclipse to tell one of his famous stories. You never know.
He does
Okay.
tell us.
So, my friends, what are you doing next?
What
Are
you got there,
following
Big M?
next into the arcade, or what are you doing?
Well, I just got a package. I can deliver it tomorrow. It doesn't need to. I don't need to go anywhere right now. That's what Mina wanted me to do.
Want to go have dinner, Oriana? Shall
Yeah,
we
Day,
accompany
how do you
you?
feel about that?
Dinner? Yeah, I'll do whatever you guys want to do. I don't really know
You
what to
wanna
do with
see more
myself
Nyx?
today, to be honest. So,
You
like,
seem at a loose end, like, really loose end. Like, don't you have a bodyguard usually with you? Like you know.
Yeah, obviously. She's kind of getting some, mods done today. So I'm by myself. So I mean, I'm not by myself because I'm with you. What do you guys want to do today? Huh? Yeah, I'll do whatever you want to do. I don't know what to do with myself.
Do you want to see more of?
We just had that big.
I don't think that's the case.
Project over a megacore, and I mean, I don't want to bore you with work, but like, we just finished a big project, and like, I don't know what to do with myself right now. So yeah.
I think we need to find something for Day to do.
Yeah. Do you want to see more of Nyx, or we can get out of here?
I mean, like, I like Nyx, but I don't know if Nyx want to see more of me. So, I mean, that's... Mag, if you want to be on Nyx's good side, maybe I should not be around too much. She always complained that I was, like, too much. Anyway, that's not important. Yeah, I'm not sold on anything. Wait, whatever you want.
I was only interested in Nyx because they looked like you, and that looked like fun to introduce the two of you. I'm not really interested in you.
Oh.
Well,
I mean,
Nyx is interested in you.
Don't get me wrong.
Okay, we can
I don't
do
know.
something
I
else.
prefer the mid-level. We could go do this. Take my package up there and just see what's shaking up there. Because I don't get to go to mid-level very often, right?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, let's go to the middle level. Yeah, it's fun.
There are parties
I'm
out
there's
there,
not
right?
trouble
here,
with
obviously.
anything.
All right, so you all are going to mid-level. Are you taking a taxi? Do you all have your own forms of transportation? Do you want to rent some cycle blades, or see if maybe some of the people here for the Last Supper will give you a ride?
Mhm. Oriana, should we take a ride with them?
I mean, we could. I don't know how happy my bodyguard
Oh,
could
come
be
on,
about that.
Oriana, live a little. Break out of it. Let's go. Let's just go crazy.
We could rent.
Right, Dave?
We could rent
Bodyguards are
some
there to
bikes.
follow
We
you
could-
around and make sure nothing happens. They shouldn't control you. Let's go.
We could
I
do
will
it.
say that as you're discussing this, because we got 5 gifted subs. Thank you, Papaya. I will say that as you're discussing this, the most infamous Cycle Blade rider in Old Town, who is Calyx Tenjo, happens upon your conversation at the bar and says, well, I've got some prototypes and I could use some people to test them out if you're daring. Now, Caillou Tenjo has
Sounds-
long pink hair and is an infamous racer. While she does not like Megacore, she has a soft spot for Day, because she and Day have maybe had a few, not encounters, but a few upper sessions together. So they know that Day is cool, but they keep trying to show Day the error of Megacore's ways. Tenjo also has a Dark Void fencing foil, which is super deadly. You never want to go up against Tenjo in a duel. But she's made the offer for you all to try out some prototype bikes that she's finished working on.
I think we should
It
do a
seems
little.
just reckless enough for tonight.
Yay! All right.
And
Let me bring you on out. Oh wait, Day. Do you need somebody else to drive for you?
No, I'm good right now.
She takes her fan and puts it
promise.
under your chin and looks in your eyes. How dilated are your eyes?
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not like I can't drive level. But like, definitely not straight sober either.
Will one of you have her on the back of your bike?
Sure.
All right, good enough.
Yeah.
Takes the fan out from under your chin and winks at you. I'm just looking out for you, dear. And makes a note about why is Jean not here? Oh well. You know that they may or may not have a huge crush on Jeanviève.
Who doesn't?
I mean, nobody. Everybody has a crush on all of you, and
Nobody
you all
has
just
a crush
may or
on
may not
anyone.
notice. Tenjo brings you out to these beautiful cycle bikes, and all of their gyroscopic lasers. They all are a bright white with pink in the middle, and she revs them up, and they make barely any sound. These are meant to be seen but not heard. All right, so the basics you all pretty much know, but if you might get some attention for the shop. If anybody asks, well, Bolts and Blades helped me with it. So, she says, just bring them back by 3 a.m. That should do it, right?
3 a.m.
It's
time
like
back
11
here?
right now.
Oh, it's 11?
It's like 11 right now, so you're fine.
I must set an alarm. 2:55 a.m.
Okay. All right.
Otherwise,
and,
I'm lucky to get.
Oriana, your bodyguards look at you, and Zoe comes up and says, "We'll follow in the sedan. Just, keep your GPS on."
Sure. Try and keep up.
and Zoe laughs and kind of nudges you with her shoulder, having known you for the longer time than most of your bodyguards. All right, so on to the cycles you go. Can I have you all make a daring roll? Everybody make a daring roll.
I'm bad at this one.
Yes, you too.
Even
Dave.
if I'm not driving.
Even if you're not
Oh,
driving.
nice.
All right.
Also, whose cycle should I be on? I think Big M probably needs a cycle to herself.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'd love to have you on there.
Max said that they would drive for you.
I don't want
Nice.
anyone sitting on my tail. I'm sorry. I have a thing about sitting on my tail.
They
got
wants
an
to hop on with
11.
Oriana that they can.
Yeah. All right.
No,
so
Mag
what did
dragged me
everybody
into seeing Nyx. I'm very happy about that. I'm going to spend time with Mag.
Oriana, what
I got
did
an
you
11.
Get? 11.
11 as well.
Nice.
Big M.
8.
Okay. And Magwyn.
I got a 9.
Okay. So, with that, Magwyn, as you are driving perfectly down the road, you might notice that under your feet, white rose petals are being holographically projected in your wake. And you notice that that's happening with all of the other bikes too, but they're different colors. Oriana, you have blue. Big M, you have orange. Dayton, you're feeling pretty confident that you could probably pull some kind of stunt while riding with Mag. What kind of stunt would you like to do?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that thing that you do in horse stunting, where I stand up on the saddle and then do a flip.
Nice. You make that happen, and it is freaking cool. Oriana, you also feel very confident that you could pull some kind of stunt with this cycle blade. What are you doing?
I am weaving between things, like very narrow passages. Taking like very precision driving.
You get a text message come across your, I'm assuming you have like an implant that shows your text messages, like a contact that shows your text messages, and it's from Zoe, and it says show off. Big M, you are pretty confident as well, but not as confident as the others. What do you try to do to try to keep up with your friends who are showing off?
I'm gonna try driving with my tail. It's like
Nice.
Driving with your tail.
Nice.
yeah. Like take like go
no.
woo, woo.
I'm gonna tell you what happens after you get to your location, but you manage to do it. You don't fall off. Mag, you've just felt a great weight of Dayton springboarding off the back of the bike and then landing back on again, and you felt your hair kind of whoosh like something went past from behind. But you rolled pretty well as well. What kind of trick do you want to do?
So in between Dayton jumping, I am going to weave the bike back and forth so that they come up off the bike and I swing out and then come back in and they land on the bike, and I'll try to keep timing it that way and just swaying back and forth across the road through traffic. That's funny.
This will forever be known as the Night of Rose Petals, where a random group of cycle bikes drove through Old Town up the highways to mid-level, spreading their multicolored holographic rose petals everywhere, causing chaos, but beautiful, beautiful chaos.
Bringing the joy of chaos to everyone.
It's wonderful chaos. We love chaos here. Okay, so mid-level basically looks like, okay, in the Mile High City, a lot of buildings go up triangle-wise, but they don't want it to be too harsh, so they've smoothed out the edges, making it more like an aqueduct. It's got the archways, trying to balance things. There have been fissures on Old Town ground level that have made certain foundations crumble and fall. So this new design that they've been retrofitting for the last 20 years has made an interesting change to the skyline of Neon City. And sometimes you can drive over the buildings, sometimes you drive through them, and it's really fun. Like, if you've ever driven on a back road in a rural area where it weaves and winds with all these hairpin type turns, it's pretty much like that, but you know, without the trees and with about a quarter mile of dead space under you if you fall. So, very thrilling. And you arrive at the appointed address of Renee Real Estate, which is on the ground level of a decent sized section of the of mid-level. When you get there, Big M, you notice that some of your glorious mane smells a little bit like burning.
Oh!
You
No!
may or may not have gotten some of your hair taken off with your stunt of driving with your tail.
I'm gonna have to book a beauty appointment in Old Town this weekend.
Not your beautiful fur.
Yes. You know, sometimes you just need a good appointment with one of the great people at Scale and Maine.
Yeah.
But that being said, you arrive. It's about 11:30 now. It took you about half an hour to get there, and there are a couple of lights on, but it's pretty dark in this section. Not a lot of night people in this area of town.
Get off the. You guys wait here, everyone. I'll just hop off, get this taken care of, and we can do some more chaos. So I'll take a
shout if you need us.
Yeah, take another big snuff, and then look around, see if I can spot the actual people here to give this. Nobody
Most
around.
People are abed. You can hear a couple fighting inside the address that you've been given. You can't tell what they're saying, but the woman is clearly distressed and the man is sounding defensive and grumbly. Not like they're going to come to blows, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll walk over to the door and just give it a couple of big, massive thumps.
You hear the woman go, and the man go, "It's about damn time." And the door swings open, and he says, "Where the hell have you? You're not who I thought you were. What do you want?"
Mina told me to deliver this to you, Mr. Grumpy Pants.
The name's Oscar. Give me a minute. And he opens it, and there's a letter, and then there's a box with that he hands to his wife, who is teary-eyed, like super red in the eyes. The inside of their house is spectacularly clean, which tells you that they have a fastidiousness about appearance, based on your observations from watching and hunting people. And he opens the box, the wife opens the box and starts to sob again. Meanwhile, Oscar is reading the note. "This is extortion! What are they talking about? I can't do this. I can't. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. You tell whoever gave this to you, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it."
Doing what?
And he's just like, "What do you mean you don't know what this says?"
I'm just delivering it.
Clearly you... Fine. And he throws the letter, slams the door, and you hear just stomping going up the stairs.
Did he throw the letter at me? Can I grab hold of the letter?
Yeah, you can get the letter and take a look at it.
Great.
So
I wander back to everyone else and say, "Well, I don't know what's going on."
Yeah, he's sounding really angry. We do something bad.
So the letter, is anybody going to read the letter?
Yeah, well, I'm
take a
going to
look
read
at
it
it.
aloud. Let's all share this
Yes.
excitement.
Okay.
All right. So the letter says, if you want to see your child again, we need the block of buildings on the north side. If you do not acquiesce to this request, well, you'll never see them again.
That's weird. I wouldn't think Mina would be involved in something like this.
It's signed the Marchioness.
Who's Marchioness?
Do we know this person?
The Marchioness is the matron of the Marquis family.
I was so
Now-
worried it was going to be signed by family.
Phew! Whoa! That was close.
You see that if anybody's paying attention, the door to the house opens, slight crack, and the wife, who looks very meek, clearly hasn't showered in a few days, and again, puffy eyes, and it's just so sad. She sits on the curb, gently closing the door behind her before she does so, and just holding the open box and just clutching it to her chest and trying to not lose her shit.
Oh god, what's in the box? What's in the box?
Do you go and find out?
Yes, I need to find out. I delivered this damn box. It's not opening its
Okay,
head, is it?
so this is Mrs.
No.
Renee.
What have we gotten ourselves into?
And she's holding a lock of hair, and it's a lock of blonde hair with pink on the edges, tied with lace.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and sit down next to her. I gotta ask what's happening. Who's this hair from? And then I'm gesturing over. Listen, back up here.
It's our child. I don't know what name they're using now, but it was Henry. And Henry told us that they were a girl, and my husband, well, said he would not tolerate such a thing and kicked him out. And we thought he would just come home, but it's been over a week and he didn't come home, and I begged him to reach out or do something, and he wouldn't. And now this, I just want my child back. I just want my child back. I don't care what their name is or anything. I just want them back.
Oh. We gotta find out what's up. Mina did. Okay. We gotta sort this out, everyone. I'm big and got a glorious mane, but I haven't got the brains to figure this out. So help.
Well, I'm always happy to fuck up the marquee business, so.
Perfect. And while we're at it, does her husband need to be relocated?
Yeah, we can.
I'm sorry?
We can find them somewhere else to live, under a tree.
Under a tree.
I've got a great spot in the park picked out.
Yes.
The thing of it is, I don't think it would be, I don't know if it would be worth it for her to come home if my husband stays this way. He
Well, he
doesn't
won't.
understand.
We can fix both of those things.
That's
Yes, we
very
can.
kind, but I would rather change my husband's mind than become a widow. I know such things are, permissible, but at the same time, I just want our family back.
Would look good in black.
Please,
though,
if
I'm
you
just saying.
if you could reach out to the Marchioness and just get some kind of assurance that she's okay. Please. I don't think it's safe for her to come home, but I don't think it's right for her to come home and not be herself.
Oh. What a good mom. Okay, well, I'm kind of pissed at Mina for making me do this. It's a horrible job. I would not. She is going on.
I don't know about Mina. Maybe she got the thing without knowing what it was, same as you did. But
Oops.
all that is secondary to us maybe sort of wooing with the Marquis family. Oriana, you're in, right? We can let's just do a reverse kidnapping. Right.
That does seem to be where this night is heading. And I look back at
Reverse
the woman.
kidnapping. Reverse kidnapping.
You worry about
Reverse kidnapping.
you worry about your husband. We'll find out where your daughter is.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're one of the Ocampos, right? I knew you all were all wonderful people, and you've helped me out before, so thank you. You could. She gives you a private contact number. Please, I just need to know that she's okay.
We'll keep you updated.
Thank you.
Do you have any clues at all?
So she thinks about it for a moment. Henry was always fond of the art scene. Maybe I remember him saying something about a raven or something. That might be that might be something
The
to
Raven's Nest?
look into. I don't know. Here, and she gives you a picture of Henry, so that you kind of know what to look for.
Oh, do you have anything that they wore? I know it's number one.
She takes half of the lock of hair that's in that box and
yes.
And tucks it into her shirt and gives you the other part with the lace on it.
Okay.
If you're tracking that way, then this might help.
Oh,
See,
cool.
that's
Are we
why
gonna
I'm
do
not
some
afraid to
DNA
talk.
matching, and then we're gonna track her DNA? Is that what we're gonna do?
I'm just
No,
gonna
Big
snort
M's
this
gonna use
hair.
her sniffer.
Oh, right. right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
stick it up my nose. Oh, okay. Ooh,
So, to the Raven's Nest.
let's drive
Indeed.
our rose petal bikes over there.
I double time it.
Alrighty. Speeding back down to Old Town and up again to one of the actual natural formations that look out over the city. The Raven's Nest is a glorious location where you can see the skylight, the cityscape from every angle. There are binocular stations set up where you can look down into Old Town, up into the sky high or the mile high section, or you can turn it and attempt to see the stars. There's a little too much light pollution most nights, but sometimes, maybe if there's a power outage or something, you get lucky.
We need a power outage.
Lucky power outage.
Pull the plug.
Eventually. At the Raven's Nest, there is also a gallery. This is a community gallery owned by, who did we say? Owned by Lacey, the curator of art, and who rotates out graffiti artists to do murals on the various walls that have been created. Additionally, this is a great makeout spot and has been used many, many times for many clandestine rendezvous. So, you arrive. There is a smattering of vehicles there. Maybe about a dozen people scattered throughout the location. So you can look around. Additionally, there is someone that is a little bit familiar to some of you, Onyx, who uses Zir pronouns. Onyx wears another one of those popular digital masks, but actually talks to people, which is great. Lacey is probably inside the museum. So, my dear friends, what do you do?
I know nothing about art, but I will sniff.
Yeah.
We can
So
talk to the
while
curator.
Big M is sniffing around, and where I spend a lot of time up here, I am going to head towards Onyx.
Hey, how are you, Meg?
Good, good. Couple quick questions, if you don't mind. I can finance the answers if you'd like. Or you can take it out of me in other ways. But, you know.
I'm
That's
not
for you to
feeling
decide.
currency right now.
What are you feeling?
Hmm?
What are you feeling?
Coffee.
Hmm.
I think
Okay.
a coffee date.
Oh, coffee date. Coffee date. Yeah, we could do that.
Excellent. So,
Perfect.
for that, you get one piece of information.
Excellent. So, we are looking for someone, and
Oh.
they are a young person who might be in a little bit of trouble with the Marquise. You see anything like that going on around here?
Well, people around here don't generally get into trouble with the Marquise. Marquise tend to really enjoy art, especially the Marchioness. She thinks she's clever when she comes down here in disguise, but the wig that she wears is absolutely horrendous. But we see her around here a lot.
Excellent. Excellent.
Scouting for
Have
talent.
they been
you know.
here? Oh,
Scouting for talent.
indeed. Is there a direction you can point me in?
You know who would be good to talk to about that? Lacey.
Hmm.
I'm just here for the view.
And what a delightful view it
Excellent.
is.
Indeed.
I'll say. So the digital mask that Onyx wears winks first at Mag and then at Dayton, and says, "You know, you can come for a coffee date too if you want, Miss Mega."
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Obviously, my wig is amazing. I mean,
Very well.
I like one-on-one date personally, so we could do a second coffee date if that's what you're into.
Oh. For you, though, I think something a little more exciting might be your speed. Let me know if
She
you're
doesn't
interested
care.
later.
Okay, we'll
So,
talk. We'll talk. I'll get your number from Meg.
So, Big M, your sense of smell seems to point you inside the museum.
Mm-hmm.
Oriana, so you see Day and Magwyn flirting with Fixer. I'm sorry, with Onyx. Pretend I didn't say Fixer. Just, it's Onyx.
I didn't hear anything.
And Oriana, who are you looking at? Or what are you doing? Are you following Big M? Are you with Magwyn and Dayton? Are you looking at something else?
I will probably, I think I'll follow Big M, but I am gonna check and see where Zoe, Lucia, and Kat are, since they were following. Because if we're gonna get tangled up in marquee business, I should probably have at least one of them with me.
Okay. They are actually pulling up right now. And they don't get out of the car. They just kind of flash the lights at you once they see you make eye contact.
Okay, then I'll follow Big M then.
Is everybody following Big M into the museum? Okay.
I'm doing that cat thing that cats do, where they go.
And with that, everybody takes a few steps into the museum, and we are going to take a break before we head into the museum. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us so far. We're going to take about a 15-minute break. Everybody get up, stretch, hydrate, refill your drinks, refill your snacks, and we will be back in just a few minutes. See you soon. And welcome back. So, welcome back to Thirsty Sword Lesbians, Neon Revolution. I am your humble Gaymixtrix, Nyx, or no, wait, that's the character. I'm Resident Moon. I'm Spence. And I don't know anything or anybody. No, I'm just kidding. Our wonderful group of ladies and ladies have arrived at the Raven's Nest, which is a clifftop art gallery / romantic rendezvous point that is known but unknown. They're searching for a missing person who was rejected by their family, but the mother is absolutely distraught and just wants to know that their child is okay. The family has received a ransom from the Marchioness herself, requesting a block of property on the north side of Neon City, which Day would know is actually the fashion district. So very artsy. So they have followed a couple of clues to the Raven's Nest, searched around the outside, made a couple of dates, tentative dates for some information, and are now heading into the museum. Upon entering the museum, what you end up seeing are many different sculptures of different sizes. Art is not physically kept there, but is projected onto the walls. These are 3D projections, so you are able to see the depth of the mediums that are being used. The sculptures are too heavy to really move with any success without like machinery. And you see several people wandering around, a couple of couples holding hands, giggling at each other, and standing next to each other, next to art, taking pictures. And in the back, you see Lacey. Lacey is a woman in her mid-30s with shoulder-length purple hair that is very curly, tumbling down to her shoulders, wearing very flowy clothing. Next to Lacey are two people, one of which is very familiar to Oriana, and one is a very notorious fixture that you've probably seen at galas and things like that. Day, you've probably said hello to this person a couple of times during various galas. She wears her hair in her hair is in a long black braid, and she wears a fitted suit, but oh gosh, what is it called? The seams open up to allow you to see the inside, and so this crisp white suit has little bits of openings where green lustrous material can be seen. It's a little divine, very earthy, and this is the countenance of the Marchioness herself. The other is Ista Bishop, and they all have drinks in their hands and see-through plastic cups, looking about at the art and just talking very amiably about it with big words, lots of big words. Big M, your nose brings you right to that trio. You can smell that that's where...
Can I put on my big dyke energy?
Absolutely.
Like, puff myself up.
Mm-hmm. So with the big dyke energy, this is actually a thing in the game. So that is when you make it clear to your foes that you are the biggest threat for the rest of the scene. When you roll a 10 or over, you may choose someone present to be impressed or intrigued with you. Once during the scene, you can gain a string on someone and gain an additional string on someone else who you consider an enemy. So, I would like you to go ahead and give me a daring roll.
Okay. 8.
An 8. Okay, so you don't necessarily get a string, but you are noticed. Ista raises an eyebrow and looks you up and down.
I'm lashing my tail.
Notices Oriana behind you and works their head to the side. What interesting company you keep, Oriana.
I could say the same for you.
Oh, this is just a humble meeting of patrons of the arts.
I never took you for one who could appreciate the arts like that.
Oh, I'm a lot deeper than most people think. And there's just a stare-off happening.
I'll do that. I'll do
the Marchioness. The Marchioness looks at you, Big M, and says, "Well, aren't you a sight for eyes in the dark? I must say, your coat is fascinating."
I try and hide my tail because it's a little burn. Just trying.
No. Can you give me a grace roll just because I want to see if it works?
It's like 11.
11. So yeah, you you managed to get your tail to hide perpendicular behind you, hiding the singe marks. Nobody seems to notice that. Nobody seems to notice that. And the Marchioness is smiling at you. Very, very curious.
Well, you know, I can see that you know how to find talent. I'm very talented.
Talent is my specialty. And I must say, you have a certain primal aura about you that is fascinating.
Many people have noticed that.
But you seem to want to speak to me. Is there something I can help you with?
Oh shit. We were looking for a friend of ours, of an artistic bent.
Oh, well, I know many of those. Lacey is sitting there nodding and just like, Most of the artists here do get a patron grant from the Marchioness.
Well, this person would have stood out because we've got wonderful pink hair, very striking.
Pink hair. And she looks you up and down and notices a bit of hair sticking out of your pocket. Ah.
Oh, my nose.
I see. So you've met Hannah's parents, I take it.
Parents? Oh no, this is a token given to me. That's all I can really say.
As you see, that particular lace is from my personal collection.
Well, I wasn't aware of that.
So, what about this friend of yours can I help you with?
We were looking for maybe some artwork for our establishment.
Artwork? Establishment? What kind of establishment do you have, my dear? By the way, what is your name? You're simply delightful. And she kind of shoos Lacey and Ista away, completely into this conversation right now with that 10 grace. I think you said it was 10 grace.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about setting up an establishment in my treehouse.
Interesting. A treehouse, you say?
Mm-hmm. I have a few trees, and I don't want to brag. I'd be happy to show you them, sometime.
Well, natural spaces are such a commodity here. I would be fascinated to see such a location. My latest artisan that I have come into, that I've had come into my employ, is fascinated with green spaces and actually found a charming, she tells me it's an underground forest. And so she designed this outfit for me in just a few days with inspirations from it. And as she opens up her jacket to show you the lining, you see a very familiar tree shape that's painted into the silk.
Oh, no.
Who painted that? The
Well, dear Hannah, of course.
the big.
She had an accident a while back and fell into such a place and was simply drawn to it and had never had a real outlet with her own art. So I gave her materials and a studio and I let her imagination run wild. And this is what she created.
I can feel my big dyke energy just like draining out of my boots.
Are you quite all right, dear? The glimmer in your eyes has, I would say you look pale, but it's hard to tell with your fur.
Where would it be possible to meet that artist, perhaps?
Ah, so you'd like to meet Hannah. Well, she's very popular right now. She is currently, let me think. She should be at her studio in about an hour or so. She typically likes to work after having a night run. She says it clears her head and gives her some kind of nirvana. I don't really understand it, but artists are the way they are.
They're tricky creatures to pin down.
They certainly are. But back to my first question. You would not have received that from Hannah herself. It was a very transformative process for her to come into her own. And cutting off her hair was, well, the last thing to go for her transformation. So I ask again, do you know her parents, or have you met them?
Not sure if we could count meeting them. I mean, it was more sort of a accidental interaction. Bumped into them, might be a way to put it.
We'll walk up behind Big M, hand on her back, and say, do you know that a leopard can drag prey 3 times its size into a tree?
I did, yes! I did.
Well,
You
that
want
could
a
be useful
demonstration
in
of that?
certain situations.
Trying to bolster her BDE. Okay.
I seem to have given the wrong impression, dears. If you're concerned about Hannah's well-being, rest assured she is quite well, living her best life right now in my employ. She has an apartment, she has a new wardrobe, a new appearance, and a plenty of space to work in a workshop for whenever her fashion desires take hold. We simply wanted to punish those who rejected her for being her true self.
Well, her father's a piece of shit. But
That's what I've heard.
but her mother is just concerned that he's still alive and well, and if we could give some assurances to her, then she would be much happier. And I always like to make people happy.
I'd be happy to do so. You know, I have 3 children myself, and if anything were to happen and they could not be with me, that is absolutely my main concern as well. I'd be happy to provide video of her daughter doing exactly what she loves. Actually, I have it right here. And she pulls out from her inside jacket pocket a little phone that has a video on it, and she flips through a couple. Ah, yes, this is it. And you see this young woman with a new fresh pixie haircut, wearing asymmetrical clothing, no sleeves, looks very much like her mother in body type, and has that aggressive presence that her father had, and is ripping fabric, pinning, ripping fabric again, pinning, touching, just creating so very much in a trance-like state, creating an epic ethereal type dress that defies gravity. And you notice that the studio is in a green and lilac coloration, very similar to some of the coloration in your sanctuary, Big M. But just creating a giant smile when she steps back and looks, and then looks back at the camera and says, "Can I do more?" "Of course you can, darling. Whatever you need. If there's something you don't have, let us know, and we'll work on getting the materials for you."
Seems like she's pretty happy.
Of course. I mean, you all have seen this video, so you're all able to react however you want.
What do you think? She looks okay?
Doesn't look forced or anything.
She looks fine, but what does this have to do with keeping a bunch of buildings? Or like creating building houses?
Well, here's the thing, and Miss Ocampo, you can verify this, of course. None of the families tolerate the kind of treatment that poor Hannah has dealt with at the hands of her father. And since she is such a prolific artist, clearly I needed to step in. I would never allow anyone to treat my boys that way.
Okay, but like the mom was super nice, so why can't the mom see Anna?
I believe it is that she did not want to become a widow. That's
Well,
at
she did
least what
mention that.
Anna told me.
She did
Yeah.
mention that.
You've mentioned that.
Well, it seems like this
So
should be
I'm
up to
happy
Hannah
to
then.
I'm happy to provide this video, and in about an hour, Hannah will be at her studio. I can let her know that you're on your way.
Okay, where's her studio? We'll pop by and just, you know, I can return her hair. I mean, I've sniffed it a lot, but
Oh,
it's still good.
that was for her mother, really.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I want to see the
But-
clothes.
Ooh, yes.
Absolutely. She was working on this one piece that was like a mixture of technology and organic style. I was quite intrigued, and it was as though the colors moved as the wearer moved. I was very fascinated. I can't wait to see the prototype. I will let her know that you're coming. But as I said, it's not very far. It's only 10 minutes, so perhaps take in the view. That's what I intend to do anyway.
Okay.
You want to go
Sounds
drag her
good.
on
It
a
was
tree
so
weekend?
lovely to meet you all.
Does she smell good?
She smells like cookies and roses, and she is a very curvy woman. If she did not have such a powerful presence, you would just want to hug her because she's kind of squishy.
Aww. Maybe she's probably murdering and stuff, right? Right, Oriana? She's probably
Sorry?
not good, right? Probably not good. Oriana, she's probably not. She's not as nice as she looks, is she? I mean, what are you? Kind of hot.
I don't answer that since we're still standing right in front of her.
Yeah. I mean,
I just look at her. It was a pleasure.
She looks at you, Big M.
Yeah.
She looks at you, Big M, and says, "Oh, darling, if you think I'm adorable or hot, as you say, well, we can make an arrangement for you to find out just how hot I can be. But not tonight. I have another engagement to get to."
Em isn't very impulsive, so she'd be like, well, if you come here, maybe I can, you know, visit sometime, and maybe we can talk about visiting my treehouse.
I think I would like that a great deal. I'm here at least once a week, so you can find me. Until then, and she sips her drink, which appears to be some kind of mimosa. Until then, enjoy the gallery, my dears, and be sure to take in the night sky. It's supposed to be a romantic evening. Ta! And she walks away. Her glorious curves swaying to invisible music that maybe you just barely hear in your heads. Who knows?
By hot, I mean she's cookie hot. Like, you know, cookies are hot.
Yes.
Oriana, why is your
Is
family
there-
opposed to these people? I don't get it.
Different
I'm
business
sorry, I didn't hear
interests,
that
that's
last.
all.
I will
Just talking
point
to
out that
Oriana.
Big M has emotional awareness of -1, so. Yay! No emotional awareness. Like negative emotional awareness.
Actually, mine's 0. My wit is negative. No emotional awareness for you, no regular awareness for me. We're a great team.
So you all have about 45 minutes to hang out, look around, interact with people here at the Raven's Nest. Oriana, you happen to notice that Ista keeps looking back at you. And you're not sure what the expression on their face is.
Okay. I will, taking note of that, I will walk over to them.
Let's let's go outside for a conversation real quick.
Okay.
And they lead you upstairs to the top of the museum where all of the binocular things are. So, I heard this story about an event happening tonight. Supposedly, the planet Venus is going to align with the Archer constellation. And, like, magic things can happen. And I'm just fucking tired of fighting with you. So she takes your hand and she looks at you. Are you going to be merciful with me too?
You've been an awful jerk. Why should I?
I didn't hear that last.
You've been a jerk. Why should I?
So you like fighting with me, is what I'm hearing.
Keeps things entertaining.
There are other things that could keep it entertaining.
Perhaps, but with as much time as you spent looking at art tonight, I'd hate for you to get overwhelmed. And I would like to trigger a playbook move.
Yes! Do it, do it, do it!
Know your place.
Okay, so, know your place. When someone dares insult you and deliver a scathing retort, you roll a wit roll.
I know how they've acted towards me in the recent past, so. Okay. So, plus wit. 8 plus 2 is 10.
Okay.
So I take +1 forward, and then they choose to either back down, make a fool of themselves, or attack me.
So there is a little bit of a fence around the top of the building, and they push you against the fence and like pin you with their hand on the side of your head. Are you sure?
Try and slip out of that.
Okay, with that +10, you slip out like as they're leaning in, and they go face first into the fence. Ouch! Come back and rub their nose. Fine.
There.
Don't bear that.
Like maybe now we're even.
I'll remember this. And they are going to take a thread on you, or take a string on you, for rejection.
That's fine. I checked off one of my tragic aspects, so I take a experience point for that.
Excellent, perfect. All right. And so I'm guessing you walk away very dramatically.
Yeah, still kind of mad about how they've acted towards me recently, so I don't know. I feel much better about it now that I've smashed their face on the fence. Yeah,
okay.
I will.
Anybody else want to?
I will.
Right, go ahead.
Sorry, walking towards the stairs. I'll stop and turn around and look at Ista. I feel much better now. So maybe we can have this conversation again in the future. And then I will turn and walk down the stairs.
Nice.
What's everybody else doing? Now that Oriana has made this huge power play that nobody else saw.
I'm trying to find
I
a place
smell
where
it?
I can see the sky.
Dayton's like in the room looking at all the art still and then realizes eventually that everyone has gone outside and is like, whoa! And we'll run to catch up.
Really into art.
Hey,
I
some
just
of the
like
art
all
is
the
really
things.
trippy.
Also, I'm still a
Some
little
of the
bit
art
like,
is really
wait,
trippy and yeah.
treehouse.
So you're trying to see the sky, Magwyn?
Yeah. Look
okay,
around, see if it's
so
visible tonight.
you go around to the dark side of the building, where there's no lights highlighting it, and this is where most of the rendezvous happen. And you see about 4 couples leaning up against trees or sitting on the edge of the cliff, looking up. The bear with me one moment.
Gross feelings.
There we go. The sky is a little brighter than you remember it being most nights. And a couple of people are looking at their phones and counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And half of the city goes dark. And suddenly, in the sky above, you can see a dozen, maybe more stars. And as your eyes adjust, it becomes clearer and clearer. There's a couple of shooting stars, some satellites lazily cross the sky, and you see the Archer constellation. And at the edge of the tip of the arrow, where the where there should be no stars, you see a bright orange light, and it barely touches the edge of the arrow star. And a collective sigh of contentment, and then some hot making out noises start coming from those around you. You get the feeling that maybe somebody is behind you watching your reaction.
I was about to take my mask off, but now that I feel that, I don't. I will slowly turn around to see if I can see who it is.
It's Onyx. And Onyx is removing the lower half of their mask, of their mask.
Well, hello.
Hello to you too.
Did you bring
Supposedly
coffee?
this convergence has significance.
I'm sure it does.
Connecting people who may not normally be connected.
It signifies that I got to see Nyx again. Yay!
So what do you
Who are
say?
you looking to connect with?
I don't know. You're right in front of me, aren't you?
Yeah.
They hold out their hand to you.
I will take it.
and they will
Inadvertently.
Zir will take it and kiss your hand gently. Just a little something to tide me over till our coffee date.
Perfect. Well, sort of straighten
You
my
are
shoulders
able
back out.
to decide whether or not you're going to make a move or not.
Feelings. Oh, weird. Feelings are uncomfortable, though.
Ew, feelings.
I'm just going to be watching this from a distance.
I have something I have to do.
I'll see you
See you,
soon,
Coffee.
sweet mask.
You.
And Onyx puts the lower half of their mask back on, watches you leave, and then looks back up at the stars. Anybody else doing anything?
Should have gone for it. Big M's always the cheerleader. Come on.
Okay.
So Day, you set an alarm for 3 a.m., right?
2:55.
Did you also set 2:55. Did you also set one for the for going down to the studio?
Yeah. I think Day is incapable of kind of tracking her own schedule. So like without their bodyguard is just like, all right, every time anything comes up, just like puts it into a personal like computer, whatever that looks like in this world, just like, okay, we gotta be here this time, don't forget. So yes.
What does the alarm sound like?
It sounds like bird calls, like not the sweet, nice morning bird calls, but like annoying bird calls, but like still natural sounds.
Okay. So all of a sudden, as everybody seems to be walking away from the cliff from your group, an annoying blue jay call, the call comes from your phone, indicating that it has been an hour, and Hannah should be at the studio.
Big M spins around looking for a bird, like.
Dayton counts as a bird. Dayton is covered in bird tattoos anyway, so close enough. That's one of the things. So when Dayton's wandering around, usually they're like in like baggy kind of streetwear clothes. But there's such a thing as a baggy streetwear sweater that is also open backed. Don't argue with me. It's just true. So you can see that they have like
them.
Big color changing wing tattoos as well. Dayton likes birds. Big M.
That's all right. Big M likes birds too.
Yeah, so Big M is the easiest to spot in a crowd. Dayton hears the ring, looks up. Big M's looking over because it sounds. Just runs straight over to you.
Did you see a bird?
Hey,
Did you see it? Way to go!
Oh, that's my alarm.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm the bird, silly. Anyway, hey, so that artist that we were gonna see, Anna. Yeah, Anna. She's probably at the studio now. You want to go to the studio? Let's go to the studio. Hey, Oriana and Mag. You guys ready? You ready to go to the studio?
Yeah, perfect timing. Yep, time to go.
Let's get out there.
Away from feelings. Running away from your feelings is not healthy.
So you all hop on your. I'm sorry.
That's what I want.
I was just talking to Meg. You seem like you're in a hurry. You're not usually going out this fast. Jeez.
No, everything's just time to go.
Okay.
Like,
Sounds good. Yeah, let's go.
Feelings.
Wow, we're the four of
so
us
you all
really the
hop
only
on
ones not
your-
making out here tonight.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, Oriana, can I ride on yours this time?
Sure.
Okay, thanks. I wonder what your driving styles
Okay.
are different.
Just hang on.
Go ahead and just describe that as you all head down to for a 15-minute ride down to one of the warehouses of Old Town on the outskirts, close to the Laren Memorial Park.
Woo! We can cut through the
Or
park.
Wearers.
Can we cut through the park? Park's always fun and interesting. Always
Are we
something going
supposed to?
on there.
No. Will we do it anyway? Yes.
So how's that ride, Oriana and Day?
Yeah, she goes very fast. And probably takes some risks, like weaving between things or whatever. Like very conscious of Day behind her.
Day does not have time to do tricks the way that we were doing earlier. Just like there's a lot of strong clinging, not moving along a lot, except for just leaning whenever the bike needs to lean, and then occasionally some whooping. Sorry about your ears, Oriana. This is fun.
Oriana, can I have you make a spirit check?
A spirit check.
Yes.
Okay. I do have a +1 from taking a tragic aspect earlier, so that will hopefully help me with my -1 on spirit. Okay, that's not bad. A 7. That's a partial hit.
So with a 7, you notice that there are some camera flashes going off, but your driving skills are good enough that you can evade them. However, your tie starts to fly away. Dayton, make a daring roll for me, please.
9.
What was it?
9.
If you choose to, you can capture the tie before it goes flying off into the darkness.
Heck yeah, I will.
What are you gonna do with it?
Put it around my wrist for safekeeping.
Okay, that's fine. That's totally okay. All right, so you get to this warehouse. It's a nondescript gray warehouse with no big doors, but lots of big windows. And you notice that the lights are on inside, and the door is locked, but it says next to the security pad, speak friend and enter.
Can I have a sniff around, see if I smell something familiar from the hair?
You smell like that whole place smells exactly like the hair. Like
Okay.
it runs through everything.
Day's gonna be totally obliviously straightforward and just like knock really loudly on the door and be like, "Friend! Friend, let me in! Friend!" Is it unlocked? I'll just test the door.
It is not locked, but with hearing Day say, "Friend, I want to see my friend," you hear a chuckle from the other side of the door, and then it buzzes you in.
Cute. Busts in.
So, hi. And you see this lean, blonde, pixie-haired, young woman, looking like she's just trying out makeup for the first couple of times, trying some bold lipstick, and some eyeliner, looking very satisfied, and saying, "So, my patron said that you were interested in my art. I'm Hannah, by the way. Nice to meet you."
Oh my god, hi! You look so cute!
Oh, Thank you so much. I see you on all the billboards, and like you saying that because you wear such amazing clothes. Like, if I can make something for you, I would love to do that because I love your energy and everything. And I would love, like, if you ever have like a sponsored, yeah, I could make something for you. Like, it would take me a little bit.
I'm always sponsored. I'm sponsored 100% of the time. I mean, yeah, listen, I always need outfits for official functions, so, I mean, Megacore, we usually have, like, our inside people, but I could bring you up to the right person, and maybe they will pay for you to make me something. That sound good to you?
That would be cool. Well, anyway, come in. Let me show you around. I wanna take a look, and so they usher you all in to see their studio. On one side of the studio, it's very open. On one side of the studio, there are bolts and bolts of fabric of every color, varying different designs, different textures. There is another section that is clearly labeled with different types of augmentation, cybernetics, lighting, things like that. There is a drafting table in one corner that has a really big skylight over it. And then there are at least 10 mannequins that have varying projects and different styles of dress. On the furthest wall from the door is a mural of a giant tree house in a cavern. And then the final wall has all giant windows. So welcome to my workshop. I haven't really named it yet, but we're getting started, and I have some prototypes here. And yeah. So how can I help you?
So she has pictures of trees.
A cool tree. Yeah. Where did you get the idea for that?
Yeah. Where did you get the idea for that?
Like I had an accident a few months back where you know how we've got some like sinkhole issues in the area. I accidentally fell in one, and then I followed the opening down a little bit, and I saw this giant tree, and clearly somebody is like hanging out down there because they made a tree house, but it was just so gorgeous. I took a couple of pictures and I saved them for myself, and it's really been inspiring, like the way that the trunk wraps around and the rocks around it, and then like there's that underground river and points to on the image on the wall where the river kind of flows through. It's so cool, but like
you didn't like tell anybody about this place, did you?
Why would I? Megacore would just like dig it up, and then all the resources would be gone. So no, I mean, no offense, but you know, this is a special place, and obviously somebody lives there, so I'm not gonna be like, hey, this is a place where somebody lives. Like, that's not
I
cool.
like you, young lady. You're obviously a good person.
And super nice of you.
I like you too. Like, your style is amazing. So yeah.
I have a tail.
You have a tail. Oh, I didn't think
it's sometimes very difficult to get clothes that fit a tail. I'm just saying that there's some obvious tailism that goes on
between the wear people, the dragonkin that come down from time to time, the different kind of space pirates. Oh, and they rush over to their draft board and start like furiously drawing, looking up at Big M, start drawing some more, and just get completely distracted.
There's a gap in the market, I'm just saying. Well, there should be a gap in the pants.
So you all have found Hannah. And from all appearances, Hannah seems to be living her best life.
She smells
she still has
right.
no idea why you're there, but you know.
She doesn't smell like sweaty and nervous. She smells excited and happy.
Oh no.
Okay.
No, there's a loft portion of the studio where she sleeps, and she's got like some personal effects there, and a little mobile clothing rack that acts as kind of like a screen to screen off the bed, but you could just see like the corner of the bed. So yeah, this is an artist in residence trying to be an artist in residence.
Aww.
And just really like being inspired by so many different things. Clearly being kept well. What do you all do?
Well, I mean, if she wanted to visit like a tree house, I guess I could show you around my tree house.
It's your place?
Yeah, but I don't like to tell a lot of people about it. I mean, you know, my close friends know about it, but you know,
if her eyes could come out of her skull, they would.
I mean,
but
I've
they
been meaning
can't
to have a
because
party where we can just roll down the hill.
Hey.
'Cause it's really great to roll down a green hill.
Hey, Big M, can I talk to you for a sec? Hey, can I talk to you for a sec?
Yeah, no,
Hey,
Mega Corp doesn't need to know about it, Day. No. But that's
No,
what
that
she's
no.
gonna say.
Hey, I was just thinking that
Mm.
maybe we could invite Hannah to the treehouse and her mom also, and not her dad.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. Yes.
I mean, it's your treehouse. So I'm obviously not going to decide for you, but you know.
Well, I like that idea. I have very little wit, so it's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I've heard that we kind of met your mom, and she was crying
Like
and very
my mom?
upset.
Yeah, she's worried about you,
She
and she was like fighting with your dad. I don't know what that was about though.
Yeah.
That's because my dad's an asshole.
Yeah, we kind of figured that.
Yeah. But she was really worried about you, and she sent us to look and make sure that you were okay.
That's kind of why I sent her the lock of my hair, to let her know that I was okay and I was still alive, but
Someone may have slightly given her that lock of hair with a threat.
Yeah, she kind of thought that was more like a threat than a I'm okay kind of signal.
Oh, okay, well, here, and Hannah goes rifling through, Hannah goes rifling through this big sketchbook and rips out a page and hands it to Big M. I guess you're gonna tell her that I'm okay, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Dave said, you and she could, like, we could come to the treehouse. I mean, I like picnics, and you know.
I mean, you could tell her I'm here if she can get away from Dad. But
we can help that happen.
I mean, I totally want to see the treehouse. I always want to see the treehouse, but like, Mom doesn't do that well with stairs. But you could give her this. She would really understand this. And if you look at the design, it resembles Mrs. Renee in a gorgeous gown. And her hair all done up fancy, the opposite of what you saw when you met Mrs. Renee. And you know, Hannah looks at it and goes, she deserves to be happy too, and I want to show her that I can do it, so she could too. But yeah, if you give her that, I think,
you guys, maybe we should.
I think that would help.
Maybe we should kidnap your mom.
I mean, if it's
she
the husband we want to get rid of.
Get rid of.
Is it
him.
really that bad? Like, was she hurt when you saw her? Like, physically?
I didn't smell blood. I didn't smell any like blood or bruise, but I don't know.
Okay, so he's still just being a loud
I just feel like
asshole.
she'd rather
Okay.
be with you than with him, that's all.
Mm.
Well, that's why I told the marketess that you know, my dad owns some stuff in the fashion, the northern district, and so I figured if she could get him to give over those deeds, that I could, you know, take my mom there. But it sounds like he doesn't want to.
That's what those are for. Okay, that makes
Oh yeah, you know, cause he's not using them for anything. They're not occupied. But I'll think of something. But if you could give this to her, that would mean a lot. That would mean a lot.
Okay, can do that. Easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just let her know that I'm okay and that my name is Hannah now, and tell her that I love her, and yeah. Okay. And they kind of zone out, looking longingly at their drafting table.
Oh.
So I hate to be the person that says hi and bye, but I wanna and they just go back to their to her drafting table and just start drawing.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
I get it. Sometimes you just have to work.
Bye.
Should we go see your mom right now? What time is it?
What time is it?
It is. What time is it, Mr. Owl? It is 1:30 at this point.
We have plenty of time. All right, let's go.
Yeah, we could fly up there, beat up her dad, and get the bikes back by 3.
Oh, we're beating up her dad?
So for the sake...
Okay, well, we gotta steal the deed then. Wait, no. Wait, hold on. I don't do that.
For the sake of brevity, because we are running out of time, I will say you safely deliver the design to Mrs. Renee, and she hands you in return a folder. When you see her next, this is what they were asking for. My husband doesn't know. My phone number is in there, and she can contact me anytime she wants. And you see that she's got her bag packed, and a car waiting for her. And you take the bikes back just in time. Tenjo is waiting outside with a watch going 3 minutes early. Nice job.
Yeah. So I have a complaint about the bike.
What?
It ran fine, but those flowers need to be violet.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna work on that.
My complaint is that I didn't get to ride one.
Well, you need to be sober for that.
But I'm not at work.
My bike,
I'm not really
my
sober
rules.
at work. Okay. But Tenjo.
Listen. My bike, my rules. I'll ride with you sometime, okay?
Okay.
All right. And so the night comes to a close. You have successfully found a missing person. You have made some interesting discoveries about the workings of one of the syndicate families of Neon City. And you've discovered a certain disdain for Megacore and their relentless search for resources and disregard for natural spaces. You've also uncovered the Dead Man's Supper, and you know that the champion is soon going to have a duel with a member of the Roseblade motorcycle game headed by Kaylin Tenjo, or Calyx Tenjo. And so the sun starts to rise over Neon City, and a new day begins. And so now I'm going to hand it over to my wonderful cast to tell us where they can be found on the internet and what other projects they are working on and want to hype up. Everybody, please give them some hype in chat as we go in counterclockwise formation, starting with Voidcat.
Yeah, hello. Voidcat. You can find me at Voidcat Gaming. The only games that I'm playing right now are this one, and then starting June 3rd, whatever this Friday is, every other week you can find me at Lawful Good Media, playing basically the opposite of Dayton, like an actual grounded person. I don't really have much else going on, so I'm gonna go right into what I really enjoyed. Thanks for letting me be chaotic and just like being my babysitters, guys. I know it's a little crazy. Yes, ma'am.
So what is the channel that you are that you're also playing on?
Lawful Good Media. It's run by a gentleman who's been on Weave the Tale a couple of times.
Well, thank you so much.
See? There.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I was doing my shout outs correctly.
Thank you.
And next we have Maeve the Mad. Muted.
Better?
Better.
Hi. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Maeve the Mad. I don't do a whole lot other than personal posts and stuff like that, but I can be found just about everywhere as far as social media, etc. is concerned. Because all of my time is spent working for a nonprofit. But yeah.
And what does your nonprofit do?
We house folks with mental illnesses. Acute mental illnesses specifically.
And what's the name of the organization?
Shalom House Incorporated.
All right, so folks,
And it
make
can be
sure you
found at
check out. Yep.
ShalomHouseIncorporated.org.
Perfect. And coming around the bottom to Pip.
I'm at pjballantyne.com. I'm on Amazon. I got an Aliens book coming out in 2 months, which is full of women and probably going to induce rage in some fans. I'm looking forward to it.
And it's called
Full of women, how dare you!
It's called Inferno's Fall, and it's on Amazon for pre-order right now.
And what do you do on Fridays?
Oh yes, from prompting me. I usually take over my husband's stream and do Philippa's Freaky Friday, where I play things like Ghost of Tsushima or Aliens Fire Team Elite, that sort of thing.
And yes, it is an official Aliens book. It's not outside of the franchise. It is part of the franchise. So,
I had 20th Century on my, amazing what they let me get away with.
That is so cool.
I'm so excited. And last but certainly not least, Archival Dustbun. Hi. Where can we find you on the internet?
Yeah, so I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. If any of that sounds interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun. When I'm not here, Mondays, starting this Monday, you can find me over on Party White Games at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, playing Greetings from Republic City. It is our brand new Avatar Legends actual play. I will be playing a waterbender from the Northern Water Tribe who was involved in the Water Tribe Civil War and has feelings about it and has since left for Republic City. That'll be lots of fun. Tuesday nights, you can find me on Black Feather Guild at 8 p.m. Eastern, playing Champions of the Fae, our 5e Feywild campaign. We are a party full of Fae creatures, with just a few brain cells amongst a lot of us. Things get weird and complicated very quickly, and it's a lot of fun. Every third Thursday, you can find me on Ballad of the Seven Dice at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, playing the Timeless Journey, our Ryutama game, where I am playing a young merchant just trying to make her place in the world. The first Sunday of every month, you can find me on Thorny Dryad's channel playing Masks, where I play a protege who has feels way too much responsibility for the team. I have a couple of other games as well that have not been announced going into May, June, and July. I have 11 plus ongoing games that will be running, so follow me on Twitter to see where and when I'm streaming. And of course, if sci-fi or podcasts are more your thing, you can find me on Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast following a PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines of a brewing conflict. We have roleplay focused characters, narrative first mech combat, lots of sci-fi and a little bit of anime feels dashed in. You can find us anywhere you normally find your podcast, and on Twitter at RTOmnicron. We just passed 2K. We're up above 2,100 now for downloads, so we're really excited about that. So come and see what all the fuss is about. Best place to see where and when I'm streaming is on Twitter, so give me a follow there.
Fantastic. And I have been your humble Gaymixtrix, Resonant Moon, aka Spence. You can find all of my links on my link tree, which is linktr.ee/Resonant Moon. Here on Twitch, when I am not teching our wonderful games or running this show, I am also crocheting or doing writing streams. None of you are allowed to come to my writing streams, because if I'm writing, it's for this game.
Yes, ma'am.
Sounds like I need to clone my game.
And anytime we do interviews or anything here on Weave the Tale, I do Weaver's Circle. Let's see here, what else? I am also one of the founders of Fibermancers for Hire. So if you want crocheted goodies, just hit us up on our website, fibermancersforhire.com. And let's see what else. So for our schedule for the week, oops, I should probably have that up, shouldn't I?
What, you don't have it memorized?
No, I don't, because I'm silly like that. So Tuesday is our the Lost Druid game with using the Alchemy virtual tabletop system. It's a D&D 5e setting, run by Potatato, and that's at 9 p.m. Eastern. Every other Thursday, starting this Thursday, we have the return of Into the Stormlands, a Pathfinder 2e game that will be running every other Thursday, starting this week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. On Fridays at 3:30 p.m. we have a Shadowrun 5e game, Autumn of the Fireflies. 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays we have Necrobiotic Emotional Drive. It should be called Emotional Damage, but it's called Emotional Drive. And then, of course, back here on at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Sundays, come and join my lovely ladies in some beautiful shenanigans. I'm sorry, ladies and non-binary wonderful folks, because I keep forgetting to include myself and Void in that. Oops.
Ladies and ladies.
Yeah, we're ladies. We're ladies.
Ladies.
And gentle dems. So yeah, come and join us 3 p.m. on Sunday. We're going to be here every Sunday for the next few weeks, finding out the mysteries of Neon City. So, with that being said, let's see here. Who are we going to raid? Because we got to raid somebody. Let's see. We are going to go ahead and give a raid to Sweet Tea Games. No, I'm sorry, Lost Caravan RPG. They are playing some. What are they playing? They are playing some Vanishing Space, a Lancer campaign. So we're going to go ahead and head over. Please give them some love from the Weavers. And thank you all so much for being here. We really, really appreciate you. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in now. And until next week, everybody, stay cool. We love you.
Or stay hot.
Or stay hot, but don't stay thirsty. Hydrate or die straight.